friends, Cool here. Welcome back to some Battle Stadium Doubles here on the channel. If you're enjoying the series just as much as I am, make sure you hit that like button down below, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any of the action. Now, if you missed the last episode, you'll want to go back and watch it, and you'll understand what I'm about to explain. So I took actually Porygon Z and Conkeldurr off of the team for the last episode, but now they're back. And the reason being that we don't have any real way to deal with Bisharp outside of Conkeldurr, and last time I brought what is it? The Excadrill and Tyranitar sort of decoys, but we got swept pretty hard by some Bisharps. So I brought Conkeldurr back as a hard counter to that, as well as Porygon Z, which does do fairly decent against other Porygon Zs. In general, I think it's just better to keep the team the way it is. For those of you who haven't watched the past videos, you should go back and watch them. But in case you don't have some time and just want to watch this one, basically this team centers around Alcremie and its Decorate move, which allows it to raise its target's attack and special attack by 2 stages, which synergizes well with Slowbro's Quick Claw, Quick Draw combo, which lets it move first, I think like 40 to 45% of the time, something like that. Lapras has the Freeze Dry, which turns into Max, what's that called? G-Max Resonance, yes. Which has up Aurora Veil at the beginning of the game, hopefully, which is really, really helpful for setting up those boosts that Alcremie wants to get up. And Incineroar is just good to interfere with the opponent. So I'm going to go ahead and just get into the first battle. Okay, here we have a battle against Evan, and actually it's the start of a new season. So it backed us down to rank 5, which is probably not necessarily a bad thing for this team. A restart is not the worst thing in the world. We see Trick Room, shenanigans that can happen here. We've got Sandstorm that can be set up. Not too much that Lapras is afraid of. We are afraid of Incineroar boosting that Milotic's special attack with its competitive ability. What I'm going to do about that, I'm not quite sure. I definitely want Lapras in first, though. The question is, do I want Alcremie or Incineroar? It kind of depends on what I expect the Milotic to do. Do I expect it to lead? And I don't know quite how to answer that question. Maybe Porygon Z is a better choice here than Milotic. For the Milotic, rather. I think I'm not too afraid of the Milotic, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's not the best idea, but I'm gonna go ahead and lead Incineroar Lapras, and if we raise the Milotic's special attack, it's not the end of the world. I can fake it out, I can lower its stats other ways. I think we'll be fine. But here we go against Evan. The battle music, I can't quite hear. I'm gonna turn up my mic, hold on. There we go. Out comes Dusclops and Togekiss. So honestly, that's best case scenario. They're probably going to do like a follow me and Trick Room thing. I don't care. Frankly, I really do not give too much of a care about that because, like I said before in previous episodes, this team really doesn't care too much about speed control. It's just not something that matters necessarily. So we're going to go ahead and G-Max Resonance onto the Togekiss. And then I'm actually going to fake out. I'm going to fake out the Togekiss. I'm expecting a follow me, but I really don't care. I just don't want the Togekiss to do too much to me. It can also get off a pretty decent hit. So here we see our Gigantamax go off first, which means the Togekiss is not Gigantamaxing unless it's like minimum speed, which I would guess makes sense. With the Dusclops, probably setting up the Trick Room here. I just hope it doesn't Gigantamax. If it doesn't, or Dynamax. If it doesn't Dynamax, we're in good shape. Just to go for a fake out. Okay, good. Awesome. So the Togekiss is not moving this turn. We will be able to take it out for sure with that G-Max Resonance. And then the Trick Room's going to go up. There's nothing we can do about it, but that's totally fine. If we're being honest. Yeah. Oh, it does not take out the Togekiss. That's interesting. I definitely didn't expect it to live, I'm not going to lie. But we'll be okay because of that Aurora Veil going up, and there goes the Trick Room. But honestly, we're slower than Togekiss with both of our Pokemon, so that's not the worst thing in the world. I'm going to go for a Max Geyser here onto the Dusclops. That'll do a whole bunch of damage, and then I'm hoping that a Snarl can take out the Togekiss. If not, it will make it so it does even less damage, but We'll see what happens. Okay, so we see the withdrawal on the Togekiss. Out comes Tyranitar. They're going to set up that Sandstream, but we're going to take it right back down with that Max Geyser into the Dusclops slot. Off goes a Will-O-Wisp. Lapras avoids it. Wouldn't have done too big. Would not have been too big of a deal anyway, just because Lapras is a special attacker. Wow, that does nothing to Dusclops. Okay. Alright, so we get the sand up, or the rain up rather, which is decent. We get a Snarl. Dusclops avoids the attack, not the biggest deal in the world. What I'm expecting to happen here, I'm expecting to see the Tyranitar Gigantamax, and then go for a Max Rockfall to set the sand back up. But if we parting shot the Tyranitar, we should be good to just take whatever move it wants to go for. It will have a weakness policy. We will go ahead and pop that, but I'm not terrified of it. Okay, so we do see the Tyranitar Dynamax rather. I keep getting the two mixed up. They're basically the same thing. Max Rockfall is going to go off here. The question is, do we outspeed or do we not? Because if we outspeed, I think we just clean take out the Tyranitar because there's no Sandstream up. Do we outslow? Dusclops goes for Nightshade. I'm not concerned about that. Incineroar can take a little bit of damage. That's fine. Max Rockfall does go first, which kind of stinks. They do get the sand up, and they might knock out my Incineroar. They do, in fact. Okay. Not the best thing in the world, but honestly, it's not the worst either. We're not in terrible shape. As long as we can get Slowbro in here next turn to take out the Tyranitar, it's kind of depend on that. But Max Geyser goes off. Tyranitar is not going to get hurt by that too badly, but we do get the rain back up, and we can bring in our Slowbro. I am a little bit worried, not going to lie. Yeah, because there's the weakness policy, and that's not great. Let's see. What can we do? We switch into... I think we switch into Slowbro here. That might not be the best option in the world, but it's what we're doing. Because we can get a Focus Blast off, and as long as it hits, we should be in good shape. Alright, so our Gigantamax ends, which is honestly really bad. But why don't we go ahead and... yeah, we'll go and Focus Blast the Tyranitar. I don't know if it will hit. Okay, Dusclops is withdrawn. In comes Conkeldurr, who we don't like to see. Honestly, Conkeldurr's really bad. Slowbro goes for the Focus Blast and just knocks out Tyranitar. That's huge. You don't know how big that is. If we can get what's the word? Hydro Pump off on... Oh my goodness. This isn't going to do too much damage, especially if it's Assault Vest, but it'll do... Oh wow, actually a lot more than I expected it to. We're in decent shape in this battle, actually. We see the Dusclops come right back on out here. I don't know if the Trick Room ends this turn. If it doesn't end this turn, it'll end pretty soon. I'm just going to go ahead and Hydro Pump the Dusclops to try to get off some damage on that, and then we can Psyshock the Conkeldurr and see what happens. I mean, we don't really need to do anything else. We don't need to make any predictions here. The Conkeldurr didn't get burned, which probably means that it's Iron Fist, which means that a Mach Punch coming in is probably going to do a lot of damage, but we do see the Quick Claw go off. They did not go for the Mach Punch. I don't know if I agree with that move necessarily, because we're just going to take out their Conkeldurr here, and that is no skin off my back. So we'll see how much a Hydro Pump does to a Dusclops. I don't expect it to do as much as I'd like it to, and meaning that I don't think it's going to take it out, but yeah, who knows? Lapras is actually pretty decent. Let's see. Oh, nope. Okay, you know what? More than I expected, and the Trick Room goes down, which is huge. That means we are likely going to win this battle. Okay, out comes the Togekiss. Not scared of this thing at all. I think we just go for... which am I more afraid of, the Dusclops or the Togekiss? I think I'm just going to Freeze Dry the Togekiss, and I'm going to Psyshock the Dusclops, I guess. I mean, the Dusclops can't really do much to me. All I can do is set Trick Room back up. We do get the Quick Draw. I should have gone and hit the Togekiss, because then I would have outsped and it wouldn't have gotten a hit off on me, but it will be able to get off probably an Air Slash onto Lapras, I'm guessing. No, onto Slowbro, so that's fine. It didn't matter anyway. Lapras goes for Freeze Dry, knocks out the Togekiss, which is pretty much GG if we're being honest. Dusclops can't really do much. What does it do here, actually? It goes for the Trick Room again. Not a big deal. It's not going to be able to take us out. Alcremie didn't even come out this time, so I do like this. This isn't exactly how this team is supposed to function, but I don't care because we won. Let's see if they cancel the battle or if they let it finish out. Okay, so they go for the Nightshade onto the Slowbro. Not going to do nearly enough damage. Okay, actually it came kind of close. I'm not going to knock that, but down goes the Dusclops, and that is battle number 1 in the bag. Good way to start off the new season. So I will see you guys for the next battle. All right, here we have a battle against Jaleel. Looks like another potential Trick Room team with that Reuniclus there. We've got another Melodic, which does not sit that great with me, rather. Cinderace is always a pain. I don't think that I can afford to not lead. Honestly, I'm gonna lead Alcremie and Slowbro. Am I gonna do that? I don't think I'm gonna do that. Nope. I'm gonna lead Lapras and Incineroar again. The Melodic does scare me. I'm aware of that. However, I think that it's more important at this point to weaken the Cinderace if I can, and also to what's the word? I don't even know what I'm talking about. If they leave Melodic, we might just lose, and that's okay, is what I'm basically saying. It might have been worth it to go with Porygon Z for this batch instead of Incineroar, but I didn't, so this is what we're doing. Okay, so we led correctly. We've got 2 physical attackers on the other side of the field, which means that the Intimidate with Incineroar was the right option. The question is, what do I do here? Okay, so Inner Focus means that Intimidate doesn't affect the Mienshao. I'm expecting them to Gigantamax and go for a Max Knuckle, which means I can just G-Max Resonance the Cinderace, and then I'm going to go ahead and fake out the Mienshao. Unless Mienshao... Oh, wait, it has Inner Focus. I can't flinch it. They're definitely going to... Yeah, they're Gigantamaxing their Cinderace. Cinderace is just really, really awful. I can't say that too loudly because the next team uses Cinderace, but you know what? That's fine. We see Cinderace, which is terrifying, honestly. I don't really want to fight this thing. Let's see. So with you see our Gigantamax go off, they're going to use Max Knuckle, but Max Knuckle, the thing about Max Knuckle is that it's actually one of the few Max moves that's weaker than the base move. So whatever they try to go for, if they target it down to Lapras, it probably isn't going to be able to take us out. Do we see our Fake Out go off first? No. Okay, so their Fake Out goes off onto Incineroar. No big deal. Cinderace does use Max Knuckle. Please use it on Incineroar. I mean, if you use it on Incineroar, that's fine. Just not on my Lapras. Please, that's on Lapras. No, it's on Incineroar. And Incineroar lives it. Honestly, I'm not upset about it. Let's see. So we see the attack raise on both of my opponent's Pokemon, but we're about to get up the Aurora Veil, so that's not the end of the world. Cinderace takes less than I would expect. If I'm being honest about it, I definitely thought it would take more from that. But Aurora Veil goes up, which is great. And now I think I go for the Max Geyser on Cinderace, and then we can just Parting Shot the Mienshao, because honestly it's the one that scares me more right now. Max Knuckle goes off. That's 2 attack boosts on the Mienshao, which I don't love, and Incineroar gets taken down here. Not the best situation I've ever been in. Was that a high jump kick? No. We're going to see now if it's going to be a high jump kick. Let's see. Drain Punch. Drain Punch goes off onto Lapras. Actually, it doesn't take us out, which is nice. Max Geyser goes off. Is it going to be able to do enough damage to the Cinderace? No, but it does put a lot of pressure on it. With 2 fighting types out on the field, I'm definitely going to switch directly into Slowbro. I don't think they can do much to me, especially if I get my quick draw off. The question is, do I target the Cinderace or do I target... Oh, geez. Or I could just max guard, honestly. I don't know what to do. No, I think I need to take these guys out. I'm gonna max guard, or max water the Cinderace, and then I'm going to Shy Shock the Mean Chow, and we're gonna hope that we go first. Okay, so Quick Draw does go off. Are we able to knock out the Mean Chow? We might be able to, actually. We should have... Okay, we're good. We're good. Awesome. Right, so the Cinderace is going to get off another Max Knuckle here, but it's not going to be enough to take out Lapras, which just means... At least I don't think it is. Okay, good. We're good. We're good. I don't know if we win. I'm not going to say that we win yet because there's definitely a lot up in the air. It depends on what they brought in the back. But we worked our way through Cinderace, which is the most scary thing on my opponent's team. The only thing that really I think could scare me a lot right now is seeing, oh, what's it called? Milotic. Especially because the rain is up. But we'll just see what they go into. Reuniclus, which is not what I love to see, and Milotic. If the 2 things that I didn't want to see are in fact what come out here. I guess all I can really go for... maybe I'd go for Perish Song. I doubt I'll be able to live long enough to actually see that go off, but I like that play here. And then I'm going to go for the Shell Side Arm on Milotic just because it scares me more. And we're going to see what happens. Okay, so we get the Quick Claw this time. So Shell Side Arm goes off. That didn't do a lot of damage. Not a lot at all. Milotic goes for Attract. What an interesting move. Perish Song should go next. Yes, it does. Okay, so we are able to get off a Perish Song, actually, which I really do enjoy. Because they're not going to be able to... I think at this point... I think at this point I just kind of stall things out. Because... as long as Alcremie stays alive, they're not going to win. But they know that, so they might try to target down my Alcremie, which I'm going to try to take advantage of a little bit. Let's see, I'm going to protect with Alcremie, and then I'm going to go ahead and... do I Side Shock or do I Shell Side Arm? Which does more damage? Shell Side Arm technically does. I'm going to go into the Milotic. Or should I go into Reuniclus? No, I'm just going to keep going into the Milotic. I might not move anyway because I'm infatuated. We see the Protect go off. I hope that they target it into Alcremie. Milotic goes for Muddy Water, which, I mean, in the rain it'll do a decent amount, I think. Just as long as... Okay, it doesn't do over half. My accuracy falls, but you know what? It's fine. It is what it is. Flash Cannon. Ooh, Flash Cannon's scary. Alcremie has a lot of special defense, so I'm not so worried about that. Oh geez, this is it's pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna Helping Hand the Slowbro, and then I'm going to go for the Shell Side Arm and try to do a bunch of damage to that Reuniclus. If I live this turn, then I win. If Alcremie lives through this turn, then there's no way that I lose. We see the Muddy Water go off again. Please don't do too much to Alcremie. That would be devastating. That does basically nothing. We're good. Accuracy falls. We are in love. Oh, and we're immobilized by love. That's not the end of the world as long as we survive this. We have the Babiri. I forgot all about the Babiri Berry. We just win now. That's why I run a Babiri Berry on Alcremie, because people don't necessarily expect it to happen. Alcremie pulled through on this battle. It didn't really function the way it was supposed to. It's supposed to get Decorate up and let other Pokemon sweep, but at this point it just kind of stalled out turns. Because now we do have one more turn of the Perish Song left, but I can just Protect here. This is why I put Perish Song instead of Protect on Lapras, because usually if Lapras lives through its entire Gigantamax, it's not going to live much longer. It doesn't matter what Slowbro does here. But Alcremie goes for Protect, which means we win the game. But through bulkier teams like this that I can't really wall break through quite as well, the what's it called? The Perish Song actually does a lot of good. So I'm really glad that I went with that here instead of, you know, like a Protect on my Lapras. Ended up doing a lot of work in this battle. Actually ended up being the difference between a win and a loss, I think. So, good game to my opponent. We just need to watch everyone die now. It's kind of dark, but everyone is going to get taken out. My Lodic goes down, then Slowbro should be next. And then Reuniclus, and we win the battle with Alcremie, the lone Alcremie. Yeah, but Alcremie, I'm pulling its work there with the Vibiri Berry, living that Flash Cannon from a Reuniclus, which is saying a lot because Reuniclus is a really high special attack. But at any rate, I will see you guys for battle number 3. Okay, here we have a battle against Slats, who has more of a conventional team there with the Cinderace and the Urshifu, and especially that Rillaboom. All very scary Pokemon. I think that Lapras is once again the best lead. And there's nothing here with that makes me think Incineroar isn't also a good lead. And then Slowbro and Alcremie just come in the back. I mean, there's honestly no reason to mess with that formula. This one will be a little bit harder for us to win, but I am interested to see if we'll be able to pull it off. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The battle against Slats. I don't know. I can see this one going either way. It kind of depends on what Pokemon they bring. Like, I'm not terribly afraid of the Rillaboom, but I'm definitely terrified of things. Okay, Rillaboom and Talonflame. That's not a bad scenario. I kind of like that one, honestly. I'm guessing... Actually, I don't know what's going to happen, honestly. Rillaboom could Gigantamax here, which would be scary, for sure. Especially... But we do get the Intimidate off, which is going to be super duper helpful. As long as it doesn't have, like, the fighting type tech to get off a max... Knuckle, we aren't going to be too terribly afraid of it. Rillaboom will get hit with a Max Resonance, which should do a whole bunch of damage. I'm going to fake out the Talonflame and see if we can go first. Okay, so they do Gigantamax their Rillaboom. Not the best case scenario for us, especially if they go for the Gigantamax Drum Beating. I think we are able to live that. Not terribly well, though, so that's bad news for us, for sure. But we're going to see what happens. We are going to get a fake out off after everyone decides to Gigantamax. I think it depends on his invest. Well, his investment is probably max HP and max attack, which is bad news. Are we able to live this? I think we should be able to live this, although I'm not terribly certain now. Grassy Terrain, G-Max, Drum Beating. We should have gone for the Max Guard, maybe. Let's see. And so we're used Fake Out. Okay, but the Rillaboom is -1, so Max Knuckle goes off. That's honestly really good. That's really good because that didn't do too much damage, and we get off a pretty big hit here with G-Max Resonance. And then we can just Parting Shot off his boost next turn. Let's see. Oh wow, that did so much damage. Okay, I might actually just go ahead and take out the Rillaboom next turn, not gonna lie. With our Aurora Veil up... Wait, no, with the Aurora Veil up, am I really even afraid of this thing? Okay, so it's got leftovers instead. Oh, that's why I did so much. Assault Vest would have been a better item, I think, on the Rillaboom. The question is, do we go for the Max Geyser onto the Talonflame, or do we just take out the Rillaboom with G-Max Resonance? You know, the more I think about it, I think it's more useful to get the Rain up. And then we can Parting Shot on the Rillaboom, because I really don't care about that thing right now, because it's not boosted any more than it already is. The Talonflame is neutral. They're both at neutral attack, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Max Guard goes off on the Rillaboom, so I'm really glad that I went for the Max... what's that word? They're going for Brave Bird, which I disagree with entirely. And Incineroar is not going to take too much from that. And the Rillaboom is protected this turn, which I suppose is alright. They don't get up a Tailwind, which, I don't really care about speed control too much, but it's always a good thing to keep the opponent from outspeeding, I suppose. Next turn I will be able to take out the Rillaboom if I decide that whatever comes in is not as threatening. Some really interesting plays by my opponent, not gonna lie. Leftovers Rillaboom is what gets me, honestly. I don't know if I agree with that item. I agree even less that he's not attacked my Lapras yet. That's just a bad play, honestly. Look how big Lapras is. Lapras is huge. But let's see what happens. Okay, out comes Urshifu. The Water-type variant. I'm just going to go ahead and max Lightning the Urshifu, because that thing scares the ever-living Christ out of me. I'm going to try to Parting Shot the Rillaboom once again, because it scares me significantly less. Let's see. Urshifu goes for Surging Strikes. That's just going to take... that's going to take Incineroar out, no problem. Yeah, in one hit even. Let's see. I'm expecting to see a Max Knuckle. That's not going to do... Oh, G-Max Drum Solo. That's worse. That's so bad. We are able to live it because of the Aurora Veil. The question is, are we able to take out Urshifu? If we are, that's awesome. Oh my goodness, that's such good news. Urshifu's scary. And the even better news is that we took away Rillaboom's grassy terrain, which means that if it's got Grassy Glide, that's not going to be a priority move anymore. This is looking good so far. I don't want to speak too confidently, but I think we're in a good shape. I'm going to send Slowbro out here just to try to take down the Rillaboom if I can. The Cinderace comes out, which is honestly terrifying. That's not something you like to see, but the fact that it doesn't get to Gigantamax means that it's not going to be quite as potent as it would normally be. We've created a thunderstorm in the arena, which is nice. But yeah, here I am just going to... Ooh, what do? I'm going to... See, the question is, what does Lapras go for? I think Lapras... I'm going to Perish Song again, because that worked last game. I don't expect to be able to live to use that. But I can just get the Shell Side Arm off on the Rillaboom, and that should just take it out. Okay, so we see the Quick Claw go off first, which is even better. That just means that Rillaboom isn't going to be able to do anything before it goes down. And Cinderace can do a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. Like, Cinderace could definitely bring this back. But I'm feeling alright. Pyro Ball goes off. That's a Fire-type move in the rain, my friend. That's not a good move. Onto the Slowbro. You know, a move is a move. I don't know if I agree with that one. Actually, I'm fairly certain that I don't. But Perish Song does go up, which means that if I can stall things out yet again, we'll be good to go. Actually, I'm pretty sure that we just win here regardless. What do I go for? I go for Psyshock, I guess, onto the Cinderace. We'll see if it goes for anything different. Goes for the Bounce. That's a bad choice because you're on a timer at this point with the Perish Song. So Bounce is just going to run out that timer. You're honestly doing me a favor. Psyshock. We see both of our moves miss. Wait, was it not Libero? I forget. We're gonna go for the Thunderbolt. Not because I need to, but just because I can. And then the Psyshock. Or no, we're gonna go for Shell Side Arm. My goodness, try saying that 5 times fast. Cinderace still go for Bounce here. Does it take out Lapras? It does. Okay, so that doesn't... I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying. Alright, goes off, does a lot of damage onto the Cinderace, honestly. If we proc a quick draw or a quick claw next turn, we should be good to go. Out comes Alcremie here. I'm not gonna cheese out the timer because I'm not about that. We're just gonna go for the Decorate to show off our our strategy here. You gotta love it. Ice Beam. Actually, I should have gone for the Ice Beam last turn. I might have just taken it off. Iron Head goes off here. We got the Babiri Berry, so it's not going to do too much damage. I love Alcremie. I like the Ruby Swirl with the Heart Charm. I think that looks the best. But Alcremie goes for Decorate. I like that animation. I wish that the little strawberries would be little hearts because I have the Heart Charm form. But it's fine. Awesome. So Alcremie, you know, it didn't really get to do what I intended for it to do, but it did a lot of work in this battle, so I'm really happy with the way it went. Good game slats. We are 3 for 3 today. I'm happy with those numbers, with that outcome, but that's not it. I think that we'll bring this team back a little bit extra just because I feel like it wasn't able to, well, for 2 reasons. First, because it's a new season of the competitive ladder, so I want to get back on the schedule of the competitive ladder, if that makes sense. As well as I just don't think I got to show its stuff in the last season. So yeah, we're just going to stick with this team for this week and next week, and then there's another team I have queued up for the 2 weeks following. There's going to be some changes to the channel. How deep those changes are, I don't know. So just stick around for that. But that'll do it for this video, my friends. Don't forget that like button down below if you haven't already. But thanks so much for watching, and as always, see you next time.